Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday to all of you. I had a friend of mine who received a court order to stop sleeping with his children. This came from his ex-spouse, and the question is there something in the Bible that can guide parents into the co-sleeping arrangement, and whether that's a biblical principle or not? So I don't know the background and the backstory, but he has kids that are ages 5 and 7, and he's not married. His ex-wife is, and has gone on to have a blended family. And so they are every other week in their shared parenting plan. I'm not sure why she felt the need to go to the court and talk to them about the situation, because I don't see anything in my friend's past or history or his parenting ability that would lead him to a place where the co-parenting or co-sleeping would be an issue, in any sort of perverted way, okay? But they've been divorced probably for about maybe 3 years now. She's remarried, and when he has the kids, they sleep with him. And it provides safety and security for the kids. It's a family unit, so he doesn't feel that he's done anything wrong. But at the same time, the courts ordered him to have the kids in their own bed. So the question is it okay to have your kids sleeping with you? I think it's important to look at the Bible, not only in the content, but in the context of the culture. And during biblical times in the Middle East, and even today, there is co-sleeping arrangements because of safety, because of warmth, the survival need, and just space, the physical space that you have. So during biblical times, you can see written out in a couple of different places where you can infer that children were sleeping with their parents. Over in Old Testament, Solomon had a couple of women come to him and say, hey, one took my baby, no, one took my baby while I was sleeping with him at night. So we can see that, and those were babies. We also know that Jesus was in a manger, okay? So we don't know where in the manger he was. Was he sleeping in the hay next to his parents? Not sure what that looks like. There's another reference where Jesus is giving an analogy, a parable about if a friend comes seeking something from you in the middle of the night. And Jesus says, and the guy comes to the door knocking, needing something, and his friend says, hey, I can't come to the door. I'm in bed with my kids. That's over in Luke 11:7. So now we come to modern day culture, because I want to translate the Bible into today so that we have something to grasp. And I think it's important to look at your children and their current emotional needs and how they're maturing, and what your emotional needs are for having your children in bed with you. So if you can just reflect on that, seek God about it. Age and stage of maturing has a good bit to do with it. I have a dear, dear friend of mine. She's 87, 88 years old. And she slept with her siblings and her grandma. And, her mom wasn't around, so her grandma raised her. She slept with her aunt up until she was 18 years old and out on her own. And that was 80 years ago in this country, and that was normal. Does she have emotional setbacks as a result? I would say not. But also, we have to understand the culture of the time and what the culture's like today. We've become a society where everything is, we don't face to face anymore, right? We're on screens and we're behind cameras. And so it's more difficult to connect one-on-one. I say, really, take your kids, take your grandkids and put them before God and ask, Lord, how do you want me to raise my children in the way they should go, right? Raise them up in the way they should go. And they'll have a long and fulfilling and prosperous life in the Lord. I would be more concerned about how you're raising them up with integrity and character than whether they're in the crib. So I hope this message helps you all for today. And in your families, stay tuned, because I love coming out here and sharing as people reach out to me about things happening in their life, and I can share about things that are happening in mine. And I hope that wherever you are, you have a great day. I love you.